Jason is kind of a wild card when it comes to his own opinions, and so like.
I can't wait
to times that we think he's going to be super opinionated on a topic, and then we start talking about it, and he does not care in the least.
Oh yeah, remember, there's been podcasts that have been ruined because me and him have gotten into arguments about stuff. There's been podcasts that have been just deleted because they just did not pan out. The vibe got killed and everybody was just like, alright.
It's funny, I believe we're on our this is our 34th episode. And I know we've recorded way more than 4.
We keep just restarting.
We just keep, the vibe will get killed. I'll get depressed while editing. I'll be like, no one wants to watch this. Our 7 viewers won't even want to watch it. And I just delete it and I cry.
Is that a mailman?
Hello.
Mailman! We want to ask you about Will Smith.
What do I think about the situation with him?
Yes.
We want to know.
About the slap.
So, before I heard a little bit about, right after the event when people started analyzing it, it's just bullshit, man. I mean, the guy's a fucking cuck. Obviously, they're in a terrible relationship. Say fuck that. Oh, and then people started saying, well, you could see him laughing, and then he looked over to his wife, who wasn't laughing, and then he had to go up and do this little performance. Yeah. Other people were saying, like, him and Chris Rock were smiling right after the slap, and that it could be the Oscars' way of drumming up views.
I have heard that. I have heard the whole thing was made up for views.
I don't know.
So, upon first glance, whenever I read the title, I went, that's probably fake, and kept going. And then when I was like, man, people really be talking about this. Okay, so I watched it, and I went, oh, shit. I don't think that's fake. Then I went, oh, shit.
Yeah, no matter how good of an actor he is, nobody can, like that's real emotion when he's yelling at Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Like,
it did look that way.
You can see it in his face. Like, he is like...
That man was gonna cry.
That man's seeing red.
You can also see, though, how if you're told to do this or you're just... Because they had to do the rehearsal. And in the rehearsal, they pretty much line up everything they're going to say. That way you can kind of iron out any problems with what's going to happen when they actually do air it. Mm-hmm. So while that doesn't prove the point that it could be staged, I could definitely see his emotion being the result of him kind of being pigeonholed into doing this and then realizing how embarrassing it is and kind of like getting like choked up or upset about this. But like I said, it could go either way.
I'm kind of convinced that he was totally fine with the situation until he looked over at his wife, who, like, gave him, like, that wife look of, like, if you don't say something, I will. And...
Yeah, or if you don't say something, I'm not going to let you watch tonight.
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, I just don't get why he's not divorcing her or anything. And another thing, speaking of legality, why can he just get away with assaulting a person over something that isn't really justifiable?
Chris Rock did say he didn't want to press charges. They asked.
I know, and I think I was watching Tim Pool, and he was saying something about how you don't necessarily need the person to press charges for it to go through, because, like, let's say a cop sees somebody trying to murder somebody else, the other person doesn't need to press charges. The other person's already been caught trying to break a law. And so maybe, like, they could still press charges without Chris Rock, because everybody saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole point is, unless it is a performance and the Oscars just go, well, it's entertainment, And where do you draw that line of you're too big to fail? I mean, because even if they slapped him on the wrist and say, "Oh, you owe us $10,000, $100,000 or whatever in court fees and legal fees," that's nothing for him. But at least it kind of shows, hey, you gotta be responsible for your actions. You can't just assault somebody because you're famous.
Right.
Right.
Because I mean, imagine if one of us did that, how much shit we would catch, and how done our entire
Who even are
existence would
you?
be. I mean, that would
Imagine
be
a
fun, though.
normal person walking up to a comedian and slapping him in the face. Be like, security, get this man.
Security, kill him.
You just came out?
Now, have you seen the jokes about people wanting to bring on Mike Tyson, or Dave Chappelle for next year?
Really?
Yeah, because people are like, well, if you bring on Mike Tyson, there's no way somebody could just assault him because he's just gonna have reflexes or just straight up kill the person.
That's true.
And then if you bring up Dave Chappelle, what was the joke somebody said? I think it was I don't know if I could do his voice. He's like, thank you, Will Smith. The one time somebody does something shitty, it's a black person at the Oscars. Like you set the stereotype for us or something like that.
Yikes.
Or I don't know, because you can kind of see Chris when he got slapped. He was starting to like have that comedian reaction and saying something, and then he just kind of stopped himself.
Yeah, he's like, ooh, I could.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think Dave Chappelle would stop. I
Oh
mean,
no, Dave Chappelle would not have stopped. Dave Chappelle would have ruined his life.
yeah, that would be so funny to see. Turns the Oscars into a comedy show.
He would have kept it going for like another, like, they would have recorded his next Netflix special out of it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Yeah.
Personally, I'm just intrigued that we're finding out more about where Will Smith draws the line.
His wife's hair.
It's nice to know that, according to Will Smith, you can sleep with his wife, just don't talk about her.
You know what's funny? The person that played G.I. Jane, like the actual actress,
Yeah.
she cheated on her husband.
Oh my god, are you serious?
It's
Yeah.
a deeper cut than we think.
Got him.
Also, didn't realize that was a movie. Is it any good? Does anybody know?
Yeah, I don't think it's very good. I have not seen it.
Let me tell you about a movie, though.
Oh.
The Halo movie fucking sucks.
Oh no! Did they fuck it up again?
The TV show sucks.
Yes, because... Okay, so they start out really promising. It's a little annoying because you can already tell they're trying to wedge in a character that kind of works but doesn't. Because it's this Asian girl with a really shitty haircut. I'm talking like bangs are cut all the way up as far as they can go.
Oh no!
It kind of turns into like a miniature bowl cut.
Oh
and then
no!
it has like I think there's like a ponytail or something at the back.
Help her.
Let me. And like, okay, so that's fine, whatever, they're on this weird planet. They say the timeline starts at the very end of the Human Covenant War. That the rebels don't even know what the Covenant is, which the rebels would have surrendered to the UNSC because, you know, I'd rather die with a human than get slaughtered by an alien. And then, like, all of her friends just get fucked up while they're taking drugs out in the middle of the countryside, and there's this weird defense of this little outpost. So it starts off good, and then all of a sudden you realize none of the bullets actually matter unless it's a Spartan shooting them, or if it's like plot convenient. Which is bullshit because Halo weapons are all regular ammo as far as we're concerned, ballistic ammo. And it just keeps devolving into like Master Chief takes off his helmet, he speaks too much, they classify aliens in a weird way. They have a human character that is like born and raised in the Covenant, which would never happen. They would just straight up kill him. And then they turn this plot into Master Chief doesn't want to kill this Asian lady with a terrible haircut, therefore everybody's got to shoot him down out of the sky, but the Spartans will have his back and they're going to escape the UNSC. It's like, what the fuck are you guys on about?
Yeah, they didn't look at the games at all.
No, they didn't. And they admitted that. They're like, yeah, this is going to be non-canon. It's like, well, fuck you guys. And and then they turned...
This is just their
Miranda
fun
Keys.
little fanfic.
And it's a shitty one, too. They even turned Captain Keys and Miranda Keys black. Because I guess they want diversity, but they have Sergeant Johnson. They have Fohammer. They have all the fun characters that are different races. I mean...
Yeah, dude, Halo is so diverse for like how old it is.
Yeah. There's no point for it to just change a character to a different race because
Dude, Johnson has like one of the best death scenes of all time.
Oh yeah. Let me see. But yeah, it's a disaster. Don't watch it. I couldn't even get halfway through it. Well, we got through about one episode, and my girlfriend, after I gave her a brief rundown on Halo, was like, "Yeah." On top of this being hard to watch after the action scenes.
Mandalorian Light.
Damn. So yeah, they also have this funny scene where you know how movies have been adding in like stuff that should be taken out of the scene in the final cut.
Okay.
Like how Game of Thrones had a Starbucks cup or something in there.
Oh yeah.
They had one of the alien plasma pistols, and one of the Spartans was using it. And, you know, it looked okay. It was just shooting. But then as soon as it cuts back to the Spartan, like with their power pose after using the weapon and them dropping it, as they're dropping the weapon, you realize it's just a block of wood. They didn't paint it or anything. So in the middle of the screen, the one thing you're supposed to focus on is just this, like, wood-colored block of wood. Well, it's just wood, but it's not painted. It's not designed properly. Guy,
They ran out of money.
they ran out of money on the fucking
Here,
plastic.
add a bunch of motion blur.
They spent their last dime, and then they're like, "Crap, we forgot the gun."
And then they have a 2001 Chevy Tahoe in the middle of an outer rim planet in the year 2500. So people are making that into a meme of like Tahoe being deployed or
Tahoe deployed.
oh man,
Tahoe has
it's
been
such a
dispatched.
shame. What was that?
Tahoe has been dispatched.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you guys cut in and out sometimes for me.
You come through crystal clear for us, buddy.
All right, perfect. Oh, I found a picture. Oh my god, this is. Oh man, how could I even share this? Just take a screenshot. I'll send it to the Discord. Here is the hair. Here's the main girl that they're trying to make a big deal of. It's kind of a silly picture, but you can see the haircut right away. It's bad.
Whoa. Oh, that's bad.
It's real bad. Oh, and
Yikes.
then go ahead, Susan. Sorry.
Just yikes.
Oh yeah.
Icky.
Oh.
And then here's Captain Keys and Miranda Keys, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do anything for the story to make him black, but I don't care.
Yeah, it could have just been like an actor choice.
I just don't like it because the only qualifications to the character now is just their race. Like you have so many other characters to choose from. That
I
are
mean,
different
it's
races,
kind of
and
in
you
the
have
same.
to-
it's kind of in the same facet of like how they made Catwoman black in the new Batman movie. It's just like it doesn't really affect the story at all that she's a different race. Like, it's fine. Like,
I guess so. I just don't.
I guess it just comes down to just the better actor for the role. Because you also got to take into fact that like not everybody wants to do that role, so you have to find people that want to be that role, and then
I can see that.
I don't know. You gotta watch it to see it. I think the guy who plays Captain Keyes does pretty good compared to everybody else. It's hard to.
I'll tell you this: there's probably no big name actors on that show.
Yeah. What really sucks is Miranda Keyes. Everybody that is in this story is supposed to be a military person, except for that weird Asian lady with the bad haircut.
And the bulgy eyes.
Yeah, and so whenever you see them in the games, they act like military people. They're very stern, they're very strict, but they also have that character that shines through when they know they can get away with being a bit colorful with their words or how they say something. But in this show, Miranda Keyes and Halsey especially, Halsey is like the embodiment of what we know of as like the CIA director. Somebody who is just like, I don't give a fuck, I will murder you so that I can keep doing whatever I need to do. And in the show, she just kind of sits there and takes a bunch of crap from this Indian lady who's apparently higher up in the UNSC command or something. And it's like, aren't you supposed to have a backbone for like a war crime organization, Halsey? I don't know. I mean, if you look into Halo lore, after the events of Halo 3, Oni pretty much went, you know these aliens that joined us and helped save Earth from a complete annihilation? We're just going to commit a bunch of biochemical hazard crimes on them just so that they can't reproduce and then come back after us. You don't fuck with them. And so to see that in the show as like, yeah, I'll do better. Yeah. Sorry, I'm ranting, but...
We're a Halo podcast now.
Oh, yeah.
No, I was editing yesterday and I went, man, I miss Mailman. I feel like no one knows what to talk about.
I miss you guys too. I could just start sending memes in the chat to give us ideas.
I'm gonna come kidnap Mailman.
Oh my god.
I'll tell you what. I'm
Would
gonna
it
take
be-
a trip. I'm gonna take a road trip around North America, and I'll just kidnap everybody and bring them all to the same spot.
Yeah, I could technically work from home as long as I want, so that could work.
There we go. Mailman's on board. Now I just gotta go get Lim and Nate.
You mean Cat in the Hat?
What?
Okay, so I didn't bring it up last podcast while I was editing. I didn't want to go through the effort of adding the photo, but this week I will add the photo. It's my current desktop photo. This photo. I have found it. I'm sending it.
Yeah.
We love this photo. Nick hates this
yeah.
photo. But
I
I
don't hate
love this photo.
I don't hate this photo. I'm just not actively ready. I wasn't really ready. I was also really fucked up.
Dude,
No, you're good, man.
Zach and Lim are gone.
We were flying, bro.
We were
Because the entire day, Lim was talking to me. He was like, Zach, I want to drink with you. And I was like, that sounds awesome. Let's do it as soon as I'm done doing everything I need to do. And so what he was really waiting for was after I sang that first dance. And so the second it was over, I went over to Lim and I was like, it's party time. Let's go do it. So we went behind the curtain and we started drinking very quickly.
Yeah, they brought me back and we're like, this is our little station. It's just,
Yeah, they brought me.
Zach
Zach very drunkenly brought me back there, and was like, "Look, I was captain," and I went, "Cool. I want my cake though. Like, let's go over to the table." I'm like, I'm not gonna hide back.
I also remember I thought I was handling it a whole lot better.
Dude, you were like actively whispering.
Do what?
You were like loudly whispering.
I love sober ass Nate in the back.
Yeah, Nate just like, oh my god. Same with Brandon.
Look at the
Nate
look.
was so responsible.
And then Brandon's also sober, I believe.
Nate was also telling me to watch out for things, like, because I was going to stumble into things, and I was like, nah, I'm fine. And then I started, like, shuffling around everything.
But Cat in the Hat.
Yeah, so we keep talking about how Lim looks like Cat in the Hat minus the hat. And I'm just gonna Photoshop that in right now. Wow.
Wow.
I wish I was having as much fun as you and Lim were, Zach.
Dirty.
I did have a shot or two, and then I went, yeah, my stomach's not going to agree with this.
I remember at one point I think I
poured myself. The first thing I did was pour myself a triple shot, and I said it's a sprint, not a marathon, and I downed it. And right now, that's the last thing I remember.
I remember that. Yeah.
I don't remember that much. I don't remember I remember flashes, but I don't remember the progression of the night.
You and Lim were essentially kissing each other in the back of Nate's car.
Oh my god.
Dude,
Now I know that wasn't true, but it almost was.
I think I have
Yeah,
photos
I
of
love
them
you so-
dancing.
Do what?
I think I have photos of you guys dancing. Hold on, I'll look through.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I remember at one point I drank like straight from the bottle of Jack Apple. Like I was just drinking that shit just straight. I was really fucked up.
I wish I could that. You guys were having so much fun. I was like, God damn it, I'm not drunk enough.
It was like towards the end of the last dance, and I was just like, I had the bottle because I couldn't find Susan. I was just drinking out of this bottle.
It eventually got to a point where I was like, I'm gonna beat Lim. that became my goal. I was like,
Wait, in a drinking contest or like a relationship type beating? Like, are you gonna start hitting him? Or are you
Yes.
gonna like beat him?
Are you gonna turn into our upstairs neighbors?
Oh, okay. I'm like, what the hell? Why would you just clock Lim in the middle of a dance or something?
You gonna turn into my upstairs neighbors?
Do what?
I said, are you gonna turn into my upstairs neighbors?
That's what's happening now. Do they yell at each other and all that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She moved back in.
Oh my god.
What a dumb bitch.
Just fight her. Knock on her door and just land a right hook on her right when she opens.
I just don't give a shit anymore. I'm just like, whatever. I guess I'll just call the cops the next time. Fuck it.
Robin totally looks like he snuck into this picture.
Yeah, poor Robin just has a head and possibly a hand, but that could also be Lim's hand.
Oh, that could. I think that might be Lim's hand.
No, Lim's
Okay.
hand. That's Robin's hand because Lim's hand is around Robin's back behind his head.
That would make sense. So
I
Robin
had not seen these pictures.
Also, it definitely, it 100% looks like Robin is photoshopped in this photo.
Oh, you mean in the back of the group photo?
Yeah.
Oh, I have not seen these photos.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, I couldn't pick between the three, so I thought the sequence was hilarious.
Yeah, it's great.
I really like the third one, and I really like the first one.
What am I doing over here? I'm just off
Oh,
doing nothing.
I think you're talking to someone.
I remember the second Robin and I finished getting our suits on. We stood in the middle of the living room of the house and we just started saying, "Yes, business. Stop."
I
Just
started
all
hearing
kinds
that.
of- All
while
kinds
I
of
was still getting ready.
we just started spouting it all.
And then you guys came up to me right when I got out, and they're like, "I have a business proposition." I'm like, okay.
Oh my god, hold
We
on.
were-
I also have a photo of my exact moment when I realized I was going to be late to my own wedding.
What?
It's okay. A lot of people were late to our wedding.
That's okay. It was a short wedding and a fun one. That's all that matters.
You have the moment you knew you were going to be late to the wedding?
Yeah.
Well, while Susan's looking for that, let me point out that in picture number 1, Susan looks like she's just learning how to do oh god, what's one of those dances where it's like the not a whip and nae, but it's the other one, like the
The whoa.
whoa.
It's a whoa.
Yeah.
Then in the third one, it looks like Robin is this rock dad who's trying to get down on a Bud Light or something like that,
Oh, yeah, he does.
like a family barbecue.
Oh, there it is.
I just went, wait, what time is it?
He's just like, oh, God.
Dude,
No,
I never told the story.
You never did.
I never told the story, but I did forget my wedding dress at home as I was on my way to go spend the night before at someone else's house.
Well, there you go.
We got halfway there, and I went, fuck! Caitlin goes, what's wrong? And I went, you'll never guess what we don't have. And she goes, well, we double checked. And I went, yeah, neither of us walked out with the most important part. And she goes, we don't have your dress, do we? And I went, nope, we're going to have to turn around. And I came
It all
back.
worked out, though. Oh, sorry, you were still in the story? I'm sorry about that.
You're okay. I came back and everyone was confused. They were like, why are you here? And I was like, my dress is still here, apparently.
Probably my favorite part of getting ready that morning was when Jason decided to turn on a 10-hour video of, I think it was Shrek playing the saxophone.
Yes.
And then he just left.
We just kind of listened to it while we were throwing our suits on.
Yeah, and I was just like, how long will it take for somebody to realize? And I think it took like 45 minutes for, was it Lynn to realize?
Yeah, I think he was like, yo, is this you playing the whole time?
But no, I felt that my embarrassing moment was when we were doing the rehearsal for the wedding. And they're like, oh, you're going to walk this person down and this person. I didn't go down the third time to walk Susan's mom and her brother. And then I heard from somebody, oh, yeah, you're just going to walk down the grandparents. And so I didn't know it at the time because I was like, no, I'm definitely going to fix that and do all three during the wedding. When the wedding actually came, I guess because I trained to only walk down twice, I completely forgot Susan's mom.
Dude.
Brother. I felt so bad because as soon as I walked to the side, because they're like, yeah, you're supposed to just walk to the side and stand there. Everybody just looked at me. I was like, oh, fuck, I messed something up, didn't I?
Oh, man.
Dude, my mom thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, yeah. She's like, poor Jason. He was thrown into this last minute, and he's trying to remember everything. And you could tell right when he finished, he was like, oh no, what did I forget? And she's like, it's okay though. He did it. He did his best.
I appreciate it because I do feel bad because it's like I didn't mean to get thrown in last minute because I thought I was like a groomsman or whatever. I'm sorry for putting that on you, and I'm glad you added me into the crew. But like, I just felt so bad that I couldn't even follow up on that because you were being so
Yeah,
nice
Jason,
about
what the
it. It's like,
fuck?
I fucked up on the communication part. And here's your job, and then I just fucked up.
I also heard my grandma yell at you to hurry up. Or no, she told you to slow down. She told you to slow down.
Yeah, that's what it was.
She told you to slow down. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, I was getting nervous. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna walk at a time with it. I'm pulling on her arm, and she's like, so down. Like, fuck.
Jason's like, we got a schedule to keep. Let's go.
Jason's like dragging my grandma down the hill.
And then after that, I instead of like walking down Susan's grandfather, I walked down the girl toy the what's like the funny name for somebody who's technically part of the family. Basically like the grandfather's girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it? And I didn't even realize, so I was like, I was gonna walk with your grandfather in front of us, but then I think he just went, I'm gonna walk behind. And I went, oh, fuck me, this doesn't seem right. And I saw everybody looking at me, I'm like, shit, I fucked up. So yeah, glad to be of service.
That whole thing was a whole lot of fun.
It was. Honestly though, like what I said, having it just be a short wedding, but like a longer reception was really nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember when we when we started to leave, we piled into Nate's car, and I looked at the clock, and it was 9 p.m. and I was like, I thought it was like midnight.
Yeah. It seems so much later.
Yeah.
And then you started like having this little drunk back and forth with Lamb. I love you, bro. I love you, bro. And you were like hugging or something.
I think he called his girlfriend at one point.
He did. And he
Started talking to her. That took a minute.
Yeah.
And
He's
then,
like, my girlfriend likes to tell me to tell other people that she's kinky. I'm like, okay, Lamb.
oh yeah, yeah, you remember this.
And I mean, she was cool. Oh, and then there was like that 20-minute window where both of you were like, we're gonna throw up. We're gonna throw up.
Oh yeah,
Nate
for a
and I
second
were just
that was.
both Nate and I were like, fuck, we still got 20 to 15 minutes left. And Nate is not a fast driver either.
That was
No,
the point,
Grandma
that was the
Nate.
point where I actually started to believe in meditation for a little bit because I was sitting there concentrating really hard.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna sit here, and then we're gonna get there, and then I can let go.
And I guess you guys did. I don't know. I mean, there wasn't a disaster once we got back.
Yeah, no, we were pretty good after a little bit.
I think it was Lim that just walked straight in, went to the bathroom, and like, he just didn't stop peeing. He just kept going.
He broke the seal.
He broke the seal. I'm like, Lim, you okay? Yeah. He's just still going.
He's just peeing for like a half hour straight. We're like, dude, are you okay? Like, yeah, seal's broke.
Pissing.
Pee.
Robin didn't mail him his stuff back for like a good 6 months.
Oh my god.
What an asshole.
Well, then your mom was like, "Yeah, we got these off-brand AirPods." And it's like, oh god, we told Liv that, right? When he's like, "Yeah, those are my AirPods."
Yeah. He left his fancy pants in the couch.
Yeah, they got like
Yes. AirPods, fancy pants, I think
I
his tie.
I
Actually,
think
I don't even know if it was his tie. I think that was Robin's tie.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
No, I think it's my tie, the one that he's wearing. I'll have to look.
Oh yeah, yeah, it might be.
Where'd the cat in the hat go? Yeah, I think
You know?
that might be my red tie.
See, y'all thought he looked like Cat in the Hat. I couldn't shake the idea that he looks just a little bit like Keanu Reeves.
Let me see.
I was like, yeah, he looks like Neo.
No, he looks like Fez on that '70s show, but white with a mustache.
I had
Oh, no, hold on a
I had
minute.
people when they were asking about him described him.
I think the one that he actually looks like is Kelso.
I had people like when they came up to me to talk about him were like, "Who's that like really nice man with the mustache?"
Like, his name is Lim. He's pretty cool.
Lim stuck to me like as close as he could when we were setting up the like tents.
Oh yeah.
He didn't know anybody, and like you and Nate were off doing something, so he's just like stuck right behind me.
He's like, I'm gonna stick by you.
Yeah. And he gave off such like a new person vibe that I accidentally introduced him to Susan's dad twice after the like first meeting. Like, yeah, I know we met on. Like, I'm sorry, man. Just like
Yeah,
relax.
dude. I met this kid like 20 minutes ago when you introduced us.
My dad's probably just laughing like, yeah, I do that shit all the time.
Your dad's a cool guy. I like him. That reminds me of the instructor I had for my class or for my job.
Oh yeah.
Such a nice guy, but he gave off like that awkward vibe, and was just like, if you fed off of that, it became such a fun thing. But if not, we're just gonna sit here. We're just gonna wait.
Dude, I found out something pretty cool about my grandpa.
What you found out?
Apparently, he served in Germany with Elvis Presley.
Yo!
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm like, oh, sorry. I knew he was like in the army at the same time as Elvis. But my grandma's like,
Yeah.
no, I've got pictures of like Elvis and like the whole platoon.
Holy
And I'm
crap.
like, what the fuck?
That's awesome.
Wasn't it when he got drafted for Vietnam? So he just got stationed in Germany. He didn't actually go into Vietnam.
Yeah, it was like right after.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
That's dope.
Germany isn't known for their jungles. I'd be surprised how you could mix up the two countries. That's cool though, and that would still be the West Germany, East Germany situation.
Yeah.
Because my dad was stationed briefly in Western Germany when that was going down. And I told this story a lot, but like he wanted to try something fun. You know, he couldn't get a piercing because you have to cover it up with tape or a band-aid or something if you're in the military.
Yeah.
You can't get a tattoo because nobody's going to see it, or you're going to have to cover it up. He's like, I'll dye my hair. Everybody's doing that. And like naturally, he's a very blonde person, but his hair is kind of darkened. But I guess that affected the platinum blonde dye that he was buying to the point where his hair just turned like bright orange. And that was like right before they were doing their tour of the wall, where they're like, yeah, don't don't make any sudden movements or act like a threat because they have snipers over there looking at us right now.
And so one of the snipers is saying to the other, like, "Hey, yo, check out this motherfucker."
I'm going for him first. He's an easy target.
You see that speck over there? It's moving.
His head looks like it's on fire.
But yeah, I can't remember the exact place or ask you what part of Germany they were in. I think my dad said Volga was where he was stationed in the 80s.
Oh, I'm not even sure. I never even asked, I don't think. I just was like, Germany, that's far away. What?
Yeah. Because, I mean, Berlin Wall, I don't think was just delegated to Berlin itself. I think it was, I mean, that was obviously the spotlight because, you know, namesake and all. But I think just the divide between East and West had a giant, like, border between it, so it must have been similar. Because think of how big Texas is. That's essentially how big Germany is, plus a little extra.
Why Texas so big?
Everything bigger in Texas.
Apparently.
Even Texas can fit into a Texas. That's how big it is.
Yo.
What?
So Dr. Pepper, right?
Yeah, what about her?
So, in, I want to say August or September, my friend Dan and I, we started collecting receipts for whenever he bought, Dr. Pepper, because that's all he drinks. I don't think I've seen this man drink water. He always has a Dr. Pepper in his hand. We got all the receipts together. We earned points on 3 different Dr. Pepper rewards program accounts.
Ooh.
And we got 3 sets of chocolate Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
They came in 2s, which was unfortunate. But I was...
Wait, what?
They came... it was just like 2 cans is what they gave us.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I was like, okay. Well, now that's why I made so many accounts, because I wanted more.
Yeah.
And I was like, first off, I want to keep one safe in the box. Second off, I want to drink one.
Yeah. I think that could work. Because it kind of matches what chocolate would taste. Not what it would taste like, but it isn't the complete opposite of what you would expect chocolate to be. I don't know though, because what is Dr. Pepper's original taste anyway?
It's supposed to be like
Pepper is
cherry.
supposed to be a spiced cherry.
And cherries can work with chocolate, and spices might. So you're gonna have to let us know how that is, because
Yeah.
that sounds promising.
Dan has already tried his. He's wondering if there's milk in it. So I'm a little sus, but we're gonna find out tomorrow when Zach comes over.
You talk about Dr. Pilk here?
Yeah.
Dr. Joe.
Focus.
Oh man, I wish I had the meme for that in front of me.
I saw one. It was like combinations of so many drinks, like Pilk. There was lean in there, and it was just all these different combinations of these drinks, and it was like, this will 100% kill you.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
Good.
Did you hear about the girl who was making slime and accidentally made napalm?
No.
Yeah.
Nice.
She didn't realize till she.
Napalm?
Sure, that one. Thank
Did
you.
she burn herself?
I don't know, but she took the video down after putting it up, and people were like, "Hey, yo, don't do this at home. What the fuck you do?"
It's so easy to make. I mean, you don't need to take down your video. Napalm, at least a close derivative, is like, I think it's just gasoline mixed with crushed up styrofoam and something else, maybe. I mean, it's obviously not a direct comparison, but that's what they're doing in Ukraine. All the Molotov cocktails they're making.
Yeah.
And you had one of those propaganda videos or videos where you had a whole crew of people, just one section would be crushing up styrofoam, the other would be filling the lines. Yeah, you had kids doing it.
That sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah. I also saw a video of them trying to like throw from a car one of those Molotov cocktails, and then you realize in the depictions of people throwing these, you don't want to throw it how you imagine it with like the opening facing behind where you're throwing, because all the liquid's is gonna want to go out of the opening, which is now right in front of your face.
But if you hold it
in a tank going in the car, they got a shit ton of it in the car, so they set their own car on fire trying to throw some out of tank.
So do you hold it by like the neck of the bottle? Where do you hold it?
Well, so the problem is you want the opening to be facing forward. That way the liquid doesn't like drip out as you're throwing it. So maybe you would want to like
a football?
Yeah, maybe.
Football!
I play football.
Football!
Because like I imagine like over the head throw, but
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Let's get Tom Brady to show us.
Excuse me, Tom. How do I throw a ball?
I know you just got back into the NFL, but could you potentially risk your career and show us how to throw a Molotov most effectively?
Pretty please.
So let me show you this video. Or this picture, sorry. I just found it by looking up on Google. But you see what's happening when he's trying to throw it?
Yeah.
Oh, no!
And so, yeah, it's not good.
Oh, no.
And then you can kind of see it in this one, where it's not all on fire. That giant ring of liquid is behind the person, and so the flame is going to carry back onto. And maybe you could get around that by like making it tight enough where the seal doesn't let any liquid out, but
yeah.
Hey Jason, I got one for you. I got one for you, Jason. How come State Farm had to make Jake, like, how come they had to make him, like, they changed him, they made him a different race, which, okay, fine, but why did they have to call him Jake, and, like, why did they reshoot the commercial, like, the original commercial, like, with this dude, like, trying to, like, erase all remnants of original Jake? Like,
yeah, and
That's a good question.
What did original Jake do?
I heard from a rumor that since COVID was happening, the original actor didn't want to fly over to where they were recording. But that brings you to one of your points, though, is like, okay, well, why did they call him Jake? I would prefer it so much if they made it like every month or every few months, they change the actor. So next time it's like a Asian woman, or next time it's
and
an
she's
Asian guy.
Jake from
And then
State Farm.
They keep
Like,
cycling
she's-
them around. And
Is
then
that a
after State
JoJo
Farm-
reference?
Hold on.
What?
Bro, it eventually just turns into a cult following. The slogan is, "We are Jake."
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
We gotta reshoot the commercial with some Asian lady, and her name is
We are
Jake.
Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from
It's really
State Farm?
disgusting.
Khakis?
She sounds hideous. Well, she's like 1,000 people at this point, so.
And then somebody opens up a company that's just called Jake.
Do you want to be the next Oh my god, that could be a contest.
Do you
You want to be
remember?
State Farm?
They kind of had that for Blue's Clues.
Oh my god.
They had like open auditions for Blue's Clues.
Yeah. They've had like three dudes at this point.
Yeah, they're on their third dude.
Apparently,
Steve-
they're gonna make a No Way Home style movie
John
about it.
Over, and then there's the new guy.
There's Steve. There was not Steve, and now there's Josh.
No, Josh was the second one.
Hmm.
No, Josh. Third.
Who? I don't know. Joe was
No,
the second one. Joe was the second one.
Oh, you're right. It was Joe. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, it was Joe was the second one. And I think Josh might be the third one.
Wait, are we still talking about JoJo? Or
Blue's Clues.
No, we're talking about Blue's Clues.
oh, yeah, I kind of feel bad for that guy because people thought he was dead.
Dude, yeah, poor
He
Steve.
really did.
People were like,
It was
Yeah,
Bill
he-
Nye.
he did a lot of drugs and now he's dead. And we're like, no. And
And
it
he's
turns
like,
out
"Nah,
he's
dude, I'm like
nah.
right here.
And then in the interview, it was kind of sad because he's like, it kind of sucks after a while because it's kind of the expectation that you're dead.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just like, wow, I guess society just wants me dead. I'm like, no, Steve.
I know, it's horrible.
Dude, they're making a movie with all three of them, plus Blue and all of her friends.
Really?
Like No Way Home.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And I want to
Yeah.
see it. I think it's already out.
Did you know Frankie Muniz actually can remember everything? Like, he's not like this like crippled man that people like say he is.
Wait, what?
Frankie Muniz.
I need some help here. What?
Frankie Muniz from like Malcolm in the Middle. Like, you know how like everyone's like, oh, he can't remember now that he did that.
Yeah.
Like, it's so sad. No, like,
Yeah.
no. Apparently, that's not true at all.
I think, yeah, because he would just say, oh yeah,
He did a lot
I
of.
just
He's
can't
like
remember
he's
specific parts
Yeah.
because I've done so many episodes.
well.
Yeah.
He's like I've done so many things. I don't remember every little thing I've done, but
So everybody blew it out of proportion, and they were like, "He can't remember anything."
yeah. And then nobody gave him a platform to talk on, so everyone's just like, this poor crippled man. He just can't.
He just can't remember.
He can't remember he was famous.
That man don't remember.
I can't remember.
I think it was on like the Steve-O podcast. I think that's where he came out and talked
Oh
about
my
it.
god. Oh, that's awesome. It's like, yeah, it's weird. Everybody thinks that I just have like memory loss or something, but like, I remember all of it.
I mean, honestly, who doesn't forget things every once in a while or kind of just blends in? Because I
Right.
understand when people get older, they want to do more things and they aren't ready to kind of settle down yet, but at the same time, they're kind of like, yeah, everything just kind of repeats itself. I'm slowly starting to see that, even if I'm still pretty young. I think there's no way you can really escape that.
Right.
I mean, that's why your brain does it, so you don't have to remember those boring moments of doing the exact same thing over and over again. Even if it is something technically fun, it's just since you're doing it day in and day out. Just imagine being one of those people that just has a photographic memory, remembers literally everything.
Dear God.
How many bad things, how many awkward things, how many mundane or boring things you would remember as clear as day.
No, thank you. I will stick with my bad memory. Thank you very much. Every day is a new day, and sometimes the same day is a new day.
Oh yeah.
Another one. Alright. I do believe we have enough for this week's episode.
I mean,
Yeah, we have enough content, so we don't have to talk to you anymore.
All right. Looks like that's it for the rest of the show.
All right, that's it. It's time to leave. Oh, we've been trying to contact our current 7 viewers. If you're one of them and you know me personally, hit me up. Let me know, because you are what's keeping me alive. I want to know who you are. Please and thank you. Also, what can I do better?
Another one.
Yeah.
Who's using their vibrator?
I don't know, but it's not me.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the fan in my laptop.
that's awful. That is
You gotta
literal.
clean that shit.
That's
it's
filth.
so annoying.
All right, everybody say
Sure,
bye-bye.
It's a fan, Zach. Sure.
Well, goodbye now.